Hi, my name is Chris, and I am one of the co-founders of Tiskits. On this video, I'd like to walk you through the current product, which is in its an early alpha stage. And to start, I thought I would share a little bit about why we are developing Tiskits, what the vision is behind the Tiskits product and the web service. For myself, I was looking for a way to better manage lists that I was sharing with my wife and with family, whether it be lists for grocery shopping or lists of gifts and presents that we were doing for the holidays. I was really looking for a service that would very easily enable an experience where whether I was sitting at a desktop or on my phone, I could have a list that I could share between all of us and be able to get you know a collaborative type of experience where if one person made a change to the list, other people could see the changes to that list. And I found that there were several similar applications or applications that provided um, some aspect of these types of capabilities, but nothing that really gave me the flexibility I wanted in terms of the types of columns I wanted to use, nor the ability to very easily share it with a larger group. In addition, I'm someone who enjoys data and enjoys working with and having lists of information to work through and to analyze. And I discovered that if I had something like this, it would be great to be able to have lists of other structured data, whether it be the list of the NFL teams and their schedules for the coming year, or a list of the states and capitals, or perhaps the list of all the mayors in the U.S. I found that going to a Wikipedia or pulling up various websites would give me this information, but it wouldn't necessarily be right at hand. And more importantly, it wouldn't be something that I could very easily subscribe to so that when changes occurred, I could have the most accurate and most up-to-date information. And that's what really compelled me to reach out to a colleague of mine, and the two of us together decided to embark upon creating Tiskits. And that's really what Tiskits is. Tiskits is a way to socialize structured data, socialize lists, whether they be lists that you create yourself and want to manage and make available to your friends and family, whether it be lists that are published by companies and organizations or by other members that you can subscribe to and help them improve that list through ranking and through comments, or whether they be lists that are made available on a subscription basis that if the collective user base feels it's valuable enough information, they would be willing to pay a fee to have an organization or an individual keep that list up to date and make it available for them to use for analytics or even just common knowledge. And so with that, let me log into Tiskits and kind of walk you through what we have currently. So with Tiskits, there's the ability to log in with your Facebook ID as well as through an email address and password. Okay, so now that I'm logged in, there are really four options that I have. So I can work with my Tiskits, I can browse the Tiskit library, work on my profile, or add Tiskits. The beauty of Tiskits is that there are several templates that are used for creating different types of Tiskits. So a basic Tiskit would have just a single column that's used for storing, say, like a to-do list. And these templates are used by both us as a company as well as subscribers to create different types of lists. But right now what I'm going to do is walk you through and show you some of the Tiskits that we already have on here. So if I go into entertainment, for instance, I can come down to movies and see that one of the Tiskits that we have here is from the American Film Institute. And in this Tiskit, we had the AFI 100 Greatest Movies. So I can scroll down, I can see all the movies that are in that list, and you can see that this is a Tiskit that I'm actually subscribed to. What that means is that whether I'm on the web or eventually if I'm using a mobile application, that I will always have available to me at the push of a button the list of the AFI's 100 greatest movies. Another example is if I come down into sports and say I select football, you can see that one of the tickets available is for, oops, come back down to sports, go to football, that one of the tickets available is for the NFL, and in fact it's for the 2010 NFL Draft. Seeing that where we are right now with the NFL, I'll go ahead and skip over that one. Same thing for the NBA. So we can see here that one of the tickets that we have is for the NBA teams. Now, I'd like to believe and that I'm very knowledgeable about sports teams, but one of the tickets available is one that actually shows the list of the teams, the date of their origination, and the state that they're in. One of the things that's really neat about tiskits is that it will solve a lot of trivia questions that come up in bars and other places, because you'll be able to carry this information with you or very easily get a hold of it. Something that the again, may be available on Wikipedia, going to NBA.com, but just being able to carry information like this that you deem important to you is something that we think really makes tiskits shine. You have the ability to rate and comment on the different tiskets, which allows the individual who created the tisket and managed it to receive feedback. In this case, currently is showing as admin, meaning that someone within our company actually created that list. A few more here. One is on parenting. So top boys and names of 2009, top girls names of 2009. And then shopping. And this is quintessential to tiskets. So you have the Ross family grocery list. You can see the author, the last time it was updated, the rating. And so if I clicked on this, what you'll see here is that the template that's used for this, in fact, this is using a template called grocery list. You can see that the columns defined are applicable to a grocery list. Um, the, the fact that we're using a cloud-based data store, it gives us a lot of flexibility in how we manage the columns. And so as the Tisket templates are created, we're able to use a, 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 a very efficient model for having different types of column structures for the different types of lists. In this case, the grocery list allows me to have the store information, the item, the aisle, the quantity, the price. And this is something that I found very valuable for me, and it's something that my wife and I can share back and forth. Now, you may have noticed that on some of these lists that there's an ability for me to subscribe or unsubscribe. This comes in because I personally am not the person who created this Tisket, but it's been made either public or it's made available to specific individuals, of which I am one. And so I can subscribe to this list or to this Tisket, and anytime it's updated, I get the latest version of it. And so this is just a few of the items within the Tiskets product I want to share. Now, if I click on here to my Tiskets, you'll see that here are the ones I am actually subscribed to. And you'll see the ones down here that I am the owner of. So for instance, if I come down here to, let's say, movies I want to see, you can see I had the ability to, I'm using a Tiskets that's for a movie list, and so I see the year, the actor, the best actress, the best director, and the best picture. And I can add or remove items from this list. Another Tisket that I have in my basket is things to do this summer. And this was a Tisket that was built off of the to-do list, or the bucket list, in fact. So the bucket list template has 3 columns: the description, completed yes or no, and date completed. So if I wanted to add a new one, I could say Star Wars Trilogy in 3D. Click on save. And now I've added an item to my bucket list. Now, some of the future capabilities that we'd like to offer is being able to share out or post to my wall that I have created or I've updated a Tisket, and make it something that my friends and family can see and perhaps add comments to. But you start to see the potential of this in terms of being able to take structured data, which if you think about a lot of what we work with and consume on a daily basis is structured data. You know, whether it be movie lists, states and capitals, stock market activity. Through Tiskets, we have an ability to store this in a way that's very easy for consumers and businesses to consume. And similar to, but a little bit better than a Wikipedia type experience, is that we can be very specific as to who owns that content and what others have access to it, and whether or not they want to be able to charge or provide some sort of opportunity for compensation for managing that information. And so that's just a really short introduction to tiskits. Like I mentioned before, it is a product that we are working on and are at this point looking for an investor to help us take it to the next level. If you have any questions, you can reach me directly at CM Ross on Twitter, or you can reach me via email at cmr@serenallc.com, or just post a message to me on AngelList. And this is Chris, and thank you for your time.